thanks for watching my lesson. This one's going to be looking at the song Politician by Cream, but also looking at the sort of things you can put in between bars in the way of fills and licks and stuff, just to keep it a bit more interesting if you're the only guitarist in the band, such as Clapton was with Cream, or if you're playing the blues by yourself and you kind of want to mix it up a bit, almost a kind of call and response if you like with a rhythm, or just playing a solo blues, for example. This could help. So yeah, come in for a close-up and we'll have a look. Thanks. Right, so I'm going to try and keep this lesson quite brief because I am cream crackered. I was on baby care duty last night and it's starting to catch up with me now. As usual, a bit of background. So the album that the song Politician was from was Wheels of Fire, or Wheels on Fire, I can't recall at this moment, 1968 album. It's a blues in the key of D. It's got this really cool driving riff. So I'm going to put that into a kind of a 12-bar structure now to show you what it would sound like if we didn't have the fills, excuse me, if we were just playing the riff over and over. And as good as the riff is, you'll see that it's, you know, it needs to be separated a little bit. So this is what it would sound like. So you get the idea. As good as it is, it doesn't sound particularly musical just to play that over and over. Again, you could let the bass carry a lot of that. So you want to break it up with some little fills and some licks, and that's what we're going to be looking at. But for completion's sake, I'll just show you how you would play that, because we're going to be playing that on the first, the third, the fifth bar, and so on. So what we've got is we going to come into our D note with this little lead up. So we're going to go 4, 5 to the D on the A string. We're then going to move down to the D string and play 3, 4. So then back to the A string on your 4 and 5 and go. So 4, 5 on the A, 3, 4 on the D, 4, 5, 4, 5 on the A, and then 4, 5 on the low E, and then 4, 5 again on the A to finish. And that's going to be your first bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and a 4 and. And that's where we're going to play our fills. So they're going to kick in after we've done that riff. So that's going to be our first bar, and then we're going to do a fill on the second bar. Then we're going to go back to that. Then we're going to do another fill on our fourth bar. Our fifth bar we're going to be changing to the 4 chord, and because we're in the key of D, our 4 chord is going to be G. And the G, basically we're moving that riff down that way so that we come into this G note here on the D string, 5th fret. G, so this time it's going to be. So that is 4, 5 on the D string, 3, 4 on the G string, 4, 5, 4, 5 on the D again, 4, 5 on the A, and then 4, 5 on the D. And then play a fill. So that's going to be our 6th bar. Then we're going to come back to the D, our 1 chord, and play this again. We're then going to do a fill again. So at the moment we've got riff on the 1st, 3rd, 5th and 7th. And we're going to have a fill on the 2nd, 4th, 6th and 8th bars. We're then going to start the turnaround, and we're going to actually just strum our 9th and our 10th bars. So that's going to, our 9th bar is going to come up to our 5 chord, which is going to be an A. Our 10th bar is going to be the G chord, because that's our 4th chord, remember. We'll then go back to the riff for our 11th bar, and then our 12th bar we're going to do another fill. So let's put that together. I'm just going to do a real basic couple of the fills to play that all the way through, and then we'll look at some of those fills that you can do. So. Now we change to our 4 chord. Back to our 1 chord. Mess that up, but you get the idea. Then we move to our turnaround, so now we've got our 5 chord, our 4 chord, riff, and then another fill. So for the 9th and the 10th bars, where we're playing the 5 and the 4 chord, which is an A and a G, we're going to be playing a A6 and a G6. So what that basically means is if you imagine an A bar chord like that, you bring your pinky down and put it on the B string on the 7th fret, which is the 6th note. It's an A6. If you carry that down 2 frets, it's a G6. But we don't want to be muting the D string with this particular chord voicing. We want to be muting the A string instead. So the way you would do that is, if you don't use your thumb like I do, then you could just first finger on the 5th fret of the low E, ring finger on the 7th fret of the D, middle finger on the 6th fret of the G, little finger on 7th fret of the B, and just mute the A string with your first finger. So we've got that. We're also going to be muting this E string with our pinky. And that's an A6. For the G6, slide that down 2 frets. I use my thumb, so I'm just doing exactly the same, but rather than that, I've got that. You could, if you wanted to, not mute the high E and bring your first finger down onto it, up to you. And you kind of hit the bass note a couple of times. And you're kind of doing a bit of muting with the left hand just by pulling it off the string. So. And then back to the riff. So that's the cycle. So let's look at some of those little fills now. I'm not going to try and recreate all of them. I'm just going to go over the first sort of 4 or 5 I did. So they're all around the D minor pentatonic. The only additional note I'm throwing in is this this 6th note here, which is going to be on the 12th fret of the B string, because I'm doing some double stops where I'm going to be holding 12 on G and 12 on the B together. So the first little fill I did was I slid up on the D string up to the 12th fret, and then double stop 10 and 10 on the G and the B, and then 12 on 12 12 on the G and the B, and then a little bend. So both of these, you're bending up a little half step, and the sound in the release. So slide up to 12, 10, 10, 12, 12, bend and release. Then play 10 and 10 again. 12 on the G, back to 10, 10 on the G and the B. And I did lots of variations of that, so it might not have been exactly as that, but the gist of it was there with this kind of bend, or playing the 12-12 there. And another time I did, so again slide up on the D string to 12, and then I just played 10, 10, 12, 12, 10, 10. And sometimes I would hit that 12 on a D and slide down. What else did I do? Another one which sounded really good is if you go... So that's 12 on the A, 10 on the D, back to 12 on the A. And then a double stop by playing 10 and 10 on the D and the G. And then playing 12 on the D, but also still sounding that 10 on the G. And then moving down to 10, 10 on the G and the B again, and then playing 12 on the G while still sounding that 10 on the B. And then 10, 10 on G and the B, and finish again with 12 on the D. Another one was which is starting off again with 10, 10 on the G and the B. Kind of giving it a little micro bend if you like. And then coming down the blues scale this time. So 12, 10 on the D. 12, 11, 10 on the A, 8 on the A, 10 on the E. What else did I do? So we've got this kind of thing, and then we've got I think I also did, so same as the last one, but I'm not playing the blue note, I'm just going, so 10, 10, G, B, 12, 10, D string, and then 12 on the A, and this time just really quickly slide to the 10, and then play the 8, and then play 10 on the D. And then just other variations of those really. And then the other thing you can do is actually put some licks in, so some classic kind of Chuck Berry licks here. So I definitely did that one, so that's bending up the G string a step on the 12th fret. And then playing 10, 12 on the B and the E. And then 13 on the B. And then a half bend on the 12 of the G. and then play it again, then play 10 on a G, finish with your root note, which is 12 on a D, or don't, either way it's fine. Yeah, so that's it. So combination of double stops, all based around the D minor pentatonic or D blues scale, the odd lick, and then yeah, just jam away to your heart's content. So I'm cutting it short there, because I think I've covered all the licks I wanted to, all the fills. I hope that made sense. I hope I didn't rush it too much. But if you've got any questions, let me know. Backing track will be posted as well if you want to jam along to that, practice that. And yeah, see you next time. Thank you.